Hi, I'm Laneth, and I'm going to walk you through some quick and easy ways to put this butterfly quilt top together. We will be making 9 of these butterflies. So you could do all 9 a different color, or you could do all 9 the same color, or you could do a variety of colors. When you've selected the 4 colors that you're going to use to make this butterfly, and I lay them in number order. This is 1, this is going to be 2, this is going to be number 3, and this is going to be number 4. If you look at the first page of your pattern, it shows you where the placement is for these colors, so that you can kind of see in what order you want to place your colors so they give you the design look you want for your butterfly. Once you've purchased your fabric, then the next thing to do, of course, is to press it well. And then we're going to cut. The butterfly has 2 size strips. One is a 2-inch strip, and the other one is a 1 1/4 inch strip. So according to our pattern, we're going to cut the number of 2-inch and the number of 1 1/4 inch strips required for each color. The second page, when you go to cutting your strips, lists the number of strips that you need to cut for each color. On the pattern, these number of strips are written for fat quarters. If you are using regular fabric, 1/4 yard cuts of regular fabric, you need to cut 1/2 the number here. First I cut off my ugly selvage, give me a nice clean edge, and then I measure from there. I use weights just to hold them still because I'm doing multiples. I usually weight them at both ends, but that's just me. Okay, looking at our pattern, down here where we're going to be cutting the strips into sub pieces, smaller size pieces, it starts with color number 1, which is my pink, and it tells me to take that 1 1/4 inch strip and cut it into a 5-inch piece, and then put it in a G envelope. I take envelopes and I put letters on them. I take 1 envelope for each letter and I put the letter on it, and I usually write down here in the corner the dimensions. This is a 1 1/4 inch strip by 5 inches. Once I've cut my G piece, then I take it and I put it in the G envelope. It says your next piece is only 2 inches long. You're going to cut a 2-inch piece, a little tiny one like this, and you will take it and you will put it in the D envelope. So now I have a G piece and a D piece. And I keep on going down. You're going from the largest to the smallest pieces. When you are through cutting your small pieces, you have about 17 envelopes with letters on them, and your pieces are all inside those envelopes. If you're doing multiples of a block, my 9 patch, I've got 3 sets of 3 that I'm putting in the quilt. So I'm going to cut all 3 blocks at the same time. So I will be quilting multiple pieces at the same time. Multiple G's, multiple K's, multiple A's, multiple B's. It makes it go much, much faster. And they will all fit in the envelopes. The beauty of the envelopes is that you can stop at any time that you need to, and your stuff is not spread out all over. You can just gather up your envelopes and put an elastic band around them and put them away until you're ready to take them out again. All your pieces will be in your envelopes. The pieces in your A envelope and your B envelope are designated as your triangle squares, the ones that you will use for your corner overlay triangles. On these squares, you take a straight edge. I like my carry ruler because it's thin and I can see through. Carefully lay it from tip to tip and draw a straight line. This is your sewing line, the line with which you will sew these to the larger piece. At this point, once you have all of your strips cut into their designated lengths and in their designated envelope sizes so that you can keep them straight, then I would sit down with a straight edge and a marking pencil, and I would take all of my A's and all of my B's and draw the diagonal lines. Don't do it as needed, do it all at once, and then it's done. And then we put them back in their designated envelopes. The A's are the small triangles, and the B's are the bigger ones. On page 4 of your pattern is the butterfly with all of the labels. If you look closely, this is your map. It has all of the labels for the pieces that you will take out of your envelopes to sew together. And you will sew them together in strips. If you look at the bottom, I've numbered the columns, I've numbered the strips, starting from the center and going out. If you'll notice, they are mirrored. You start at the center with C, and this is 1B and 1A, 2B and 2A. Now, I left this blank for a reason, and it was because if you want to do all of your butterflies different, or if you want to do a colored pattern, you can take this blank one, and for the ones you are working on, you can color in the colors that you have selected. And I have colored it in with colored pencils where I want those colors to go. And this will make it much easier for you to put your pieces together, because you will know which color you are picking up as you start here on your rows and work your way out. You can see what's blue and what's pink and what's purple. The next thing I did was to take 15 actually envelopes and to write on them strip 1A. This is strip 1A, the M strip. And then there's strip 2A and 3A and 8A all the way to the end. Okay, same on the other side. And so I would not get confused, for my A's on the envelope, I put an arrow. Strip A are the pieces that are going this side of the body, and strip B are the pieces that are going on that side of the main body. Now that I've labeled my envelopes, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a pinning party. So get a big box of pins and put them by you. Get a comfortable chair. So I'm going to start with strip 1A, and I am going to look at 1A, and I'm not going to sew individual pieces, I'm just going to pin. Now be very careful. Usually what I do when I'm doing this is I lay the envelope down. Here I'm working with strip 5A and 5B. I look at the map, and then usually I lay the pieces out, strip 5A on one side, and then strip 5B on the other side. Because they're mirror image of each other, that's why I separate them. And I always double check with my map to make sure that I have them laying on the side they belong to. And then I pin them, because I'm handling the same pieces when I do them. So when I pull them out, it's easy just to lay that. And I'm doing doubles here. You'll see doubles because I'm doing 2 of this one. And then I pin them and put them in their strip envelopes. So here is strip 5A all pinned and ready to go. Notice too that when I lay out the pieces, I have also the pieces that don't have quick corner triangles on them, or some have a second set of quick corner triangles that will then go on after these are sewn. I also put these loose pieces in the envelope so that everything that will be on strip 5 is here. It's all in that envelope. I don't have to go find an extra piece that I'm going to need later. Here, see this L? It has 4 pieces in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the L, which is blue, and I'm going to put the little A triangle on the top of it. Then I'm going to take a black B triangle square, and I'm going to put a white triangle square on it. I'm going to pin these and put them in the envelope so that on my next run I will just put the 2 together, so it doesn't take me 4 runs to get that done. When you line up your overlay triangles, make sure that you have the 2 edges. But this edge and this edge are really important. To make sure those are on there straight and right. And make sure that you are pinning face to face, right sides together. And I double pin when I do a triangle. I put 2 pins in A lot of people put one, but I didn't want it to shift in any manner, so I put in two to hold it still. Your envelopes will look interesting. There'll be a bunch of pieces with a bunch of pins stuck in them and a paper clip on the top. Here is the entire butterfly in its strips. We have taken the pieces and pinned on the overlay triangles. This is our first run. We're going to sew one envelope at a time, put it back in the envelope. We're not going to move from the sewing machine till we've gone through all 7 envelopes.